Hello, fellow plant people. Welcome back if you're returning, and if you are new to my channel, my name is Jen. I go by The Leafy Geek here and also on Instagram. And this is just a quick little midweek video. I thought that I would share a plant haul with you. I ordered some plants recently from Josh's Frogs, Steve's Leaves, and Logi's. I only ordered one plant or one type of plant from each of those three companies. I do have some additional plant mail coming, so we'll have to do another plant haul at some point. But I thought I'd just share with you these orders, these plants that I got yesterday in the mail. They're pretty cool. One of them is kind of a wish list plant for me. It was kind of officially, unofficially on that list. The other two are kind of outside my comfort zone, so this will be fun. Lawnmowers. When you don't have air conditioning in the summer in Minnesota, you want your windows open when it's like 70 degrees and mid-range humidity, right? Dude decides to weed whack right next door. Okay, so first plant I want to show you is this guy. So this interesting specimen of a plant used to be known as a philodendron. And the name that was tagged on it from Steve's Leaves, they called it the Philodendron Metaphylum. It has since been renamed or reclassified into a completely different genus of plant. So it's still an aroid, it's still in that family, but instead of philodendron, this is now Metaphylum. So this is now known as Metaphylum Bipinnatifidum. I had to look at my computer screen because I cannot keep that name straight. So let's try that again, kids. Metaphylum Bipinnatifidum. There are a lot of interesting specifics about when and how and why certain plants are reclassified, their taxonomy. I know Summer Rain Oaks just did an amazing video kind of outlining changes in the context of Sansevieria and how they were reclassified to Dracaena. And this is kind of a similar example, and there's a really interesting article that I found that specifically refers to this plant, to the formerly known as Philodendron Bipinnatifidum, and now is Metaphylum Bipinnatifidum. Wow, that's a tongue twister, mouth full of a name. I don't know how I'm ever going to keep that straight. I might just continue to call it Saloom, per Steve's Leaves. But it's a really interesting, fascinating read about reclassifying the taxonomy of plants. And if you're interested, I'll have both Summer Rain's video and that article I found about this plant linked down below. I don't gravitate toward these. They're not my number one plant, obviously, if you've seen any of my Hoya videos. But I do have a few philodendron. I have more aroids than I thought I did, if that makes any sense. I lost track of how many aroids I had in my house. And yes, I do have aroids even with a dog. I have a dog that A, leaves my plants alone, and B, can't reach them because I keep them up high where she is not able to access the plants that might be harmful to her. So this one will join that company, but it's really interesting. I guess the leaves, as this plant matures, the splits in them develop further and they get kind of longer and more finger-like or appendage-like. So that will be kind of neat to see, especially if it does okay. So this leaf, I'm noticing, and I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this in the camera, but there are some little specks, little potentially chew marks in this leaf. So I got this from Steve's Leaves, and they're usually pretty reputable for me. I've had good experience with them and the quality of the plants that they sell. I'm noticing some sort of insect damage on this leaf. I don't really see it too much on the other leaves, but I am treating this anyway for pests just in case, and I'm definitely isolating it. I don't want it to come into contact with any other plants, even the other new ones that I got, just until I know. I don't see any pests visible anywhere on the plant, but there's just this evidence of pest damage that I kind of want to keep an eye on. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'm excited to see this one grow. I don't really have anything that grows like this, so this will be a good one to experiment with. Ooh, and I do see a new leaf popping out here. Good job, little buddy. So this is my lovely Metaphylum by Metaphylum. Nailed it. Second plant is from Logies, and from them I did pick up a Homolomina Selby. So this is a variety of Homolomina. I do have one. I have the Emerald Gem, which is quite small. This came in a 6-inch pot, and the price point was a little more than I was expecting to pay for one, but I mean 35 bucks for a 6-inch pot, and I do believe that I have the conditions to help this grow right along. So optimistic, cautiously optimistic about it. It does still have new growth, and it arrived in pristine condition. This is again from Logies. And Homolomina, again, is a type of plant that I'm kind of interested in exploring a little bit more and seeing how it handles and how it grows in my home. I've heard that the Selby is a little bit touchy, a little bit more sensitive than some of the other varieties of Homolomina and other aroids especially. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Again, this one is also in quarantine, but it's just very, very lovely. These colors and the variation on the leaves is just really, really pretty. So we'll just keep an eye on it, see how this does. I'm going to keep it in a place where it's bright and direct light, fairly decent level of humidity for it. Hopefully that's what it wants. Last plant to show you in this haul, I did order more than one of. So this is from Josh's Frogs, and I couldn't believe that I saw it in stock on the website. I just checked their site on a fluke. They're one of the companies that I used to buy a lot from, and I've kind of slacked off on them as my interests in plants kind of shifted. They don't offer a lot of Hoya or even Taskidia, which leading into that, I found Taskidia. I believe it's a variety of Oyantha. So Taskidia oyantha, but the variety is called White Diamond. So it's a variegated version of Taskidia oyantha. And look at some of these leaves. They're just so beautifully white. And so there's a good amount of variation. And when I saw that there were Taskidia in stock, I couldn't help myself and I bought a couple. And I actually do have another order on the way, which I'm going to include in my very first giveaway as a thank you to all of you lovely fellow plant people for giving me a chance on this channel and sticking around. I have officially hit 100 followers on YouTube. I just appreciate you so much. Love that you're here. Love that we're sharing our passion for plants and green and growing things. It's such a wonderful community, and I'm so happy to be here, and I'm happy that you are along with me on this adventure and we get to experience plants together. So I'm thrilled to have you, and as a thank you, a lucky person is going to essentially win one of these beautiful babies. Stay tuned for the details for that. That will be coming out probably on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please check me out. Again, The Leafy Geek. and more information on that to come. But thanks again so much for finding me on here, and until next time, enjoy your plants.